She ain't shy no more. She changed her name to my chick. Yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Game. Like, Will, man, back with another video, man. I thought I was gonna have to get a new phone today, or I thought I was gonna have to, cause this phone was acting super slow. It's acting regular now, so we good. Don't gotta make no major, spontaneous moves. I thought I was gonna have to fix my old iPhone screen, but I'm good. So in this video, man, anyway, I just want to jump straight to it, man. I kind of want to talk about breaking rapport, but I might make that a whole different video. Breaking rapport from a video I just watched is kind of basically like your ability to walk away from a female, your ability, say I'm flirting with a female, gaming her and stuff like that, and I walk away first. It's kind of like your ability to be cold a little bit versus to be, it's like that bad boy effect that we talk about. It's your ability. It gets really weird. That's why I want to make a whole video on that. But I wanted to talk about how teasing, right? Because teasing, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys, especially guys that are new to the game, are going to confuse teasing and breaking rapport. Because me gaming a female, teasing her and bantering is me going at the female, trying to seize the opportunity with the female. Breaking rapport is more subtle and it's more indirect, and it's more of my ability to how much ability I got to disagree or set a boundary. I guess I'm new to that too, the breaking rapport thing, but I always talk about building rapport. So if you think about building rapport is me trying to get a connection with you, which is the good guy, right? The good guy is always trying to get a connection, but you got to have a little bit of good guy in your game because, right, you're trying to build rapport. You're trying to make a connection. So I always talk about pacing and leading. Pacing is me reading her emotional state and kind of matching and mirroring that energy and getting on that same level. Like, say I see her, she look like she's shy, she look like she's bored. I want to kind of connect with that part of her real quick before I lead her to something more like excitement or joy. You don't want to walk up on a shy girl and be already super in joy already. I'm coming up to you. I'm in joy. I'm feeling joy, but she's feeling maybe her cat just died or some shit. So I kind of want to peep that and kind of come in under that same frequency a little bit and meet her there energy wise. Talk to her about that maybe for 5 seconds. You look a little down. What's up with you? You good? What's up, shy girl? How you doing? Da da da. I want to meet her where she is, and then I want to kind of build rapport right there a little bit. Then I kind of want to bring her to wherever I want to bring her, maybe to more romantic, to more something joy, but you want to always think about your needs second when it comes to building a bond with somebody. So now I want to talk about breaking rapport a little bit, how breaking rapport would be the opposite. So you see how I'm meeting her where she is, da 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 da. Breaking rapport in my psychological mind right now is kind of just like being self-differentiated, meaning like more careless, carefree, willing to differ from her emotional state. So she's feeling sad about her cat dying, but yet I'm like smiling because I just won a race or some shit, or I just touched 1 million views on YouTube. I'm like, oh shit, like, this shit is the best day ever. And she's like, why don't you just join my emotional state? Can't you tell I'm having resting bitch face? And you're like, man, listen, man, cool, I feel you, but look at what I'm doing over here. Matter of fact, fuck you. Hey, yo, bro, da 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 da. It's like, I'm not saying you're literally gonna say that, but that's the kind of the breaking of rapport. But you can't break something that's not built. So that implies, that you've built something there already. And that's what I'm kind of trying to get y'all to understand. You can't break rapport if there's no rapport. So understanding that that's a concept that comes in once you've already established some rapport, which is why I always preach about building rapport. So in this video, which we already started, but I'm gonna transition to the real title, is about teasing, right? You want to get better at banter, and teasing and banter are twins, right? Teasing her is bantering her. So, for instance, I say it's a difference between breaking rapport and teasing, right? Because again, a beginner will think that that's the same thing. All right, if I'm teasing her, then I'm making fun of her, which must mean that I'm breaking rapport because she wouldn't want to be teased, right? It's like, no, she wants to be teased. So that's actually building rapport. Remember, rapport could also be built in the negative. All rapport ain't always kissing ass. Rapport could be built by teasing or bullying somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be built by petting, like petting a animal. You're petting an animal, but also when you spank the animal's still like, okay, that's my master. You feel me? I still love you. You know, same thing with abusive parents. Your parents treat you like shit. Something inside of you is not just gonna click and make you be like, man, I fuck these people. You're gonna be like, no, that's my mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my father. You know, he was never in my life, but I fucking love this guy for some reason. You have a connection that is unshakable, unless you realize that they're really trying to hurt you, which happens out here. But you know, people still love their parents. What shows you that rapport could be built under any circumstances is just how much time you spend with somebody, how much of a connection you make with somebody. And so that's what I want y'all to get in this video about building a connection, aka rapport. So teasing is definitely not breaking rapport. It's definitely not. So don't ever get confused that. So example would be I'm chilling with a female. I just met her, chilling with her, met her at Starbucks. We kicking it. I'm talking to her. I'm like, yo, I don't typically ask this question, but I like the way this guy asked it. I felt like he asked the question that I don't ask, but he asked it and he worded it in a way where it was it didn't sacrifice the attraction. So what he said was, "What kind of guys do you typically go for?" Now again, I like that because it's open ended. It gives the woman she has to go up in her brain and over to the left, and where all her she has to think, which means you didn't sacrifice the attraction because you sacrificed it, but you got it back because you made her think. When people say things like, "Am I your type?" or "What's your type?" it's the same question. It's just she hears it every day, so she don't really got to think. She doesn't have to think, right? So remember that you can ask some bullshit if you're smart enough. You can ask some bullshit if you're smart enough to make it not some bullshit because you gamed up. So if you say something like, "Hey, what's the kind of guys you typically go for?" That might be able to, it might be able to get more of the right responses. Because look, you should say something like older guys typically or some shit like that. And remember, we're being indirect. We're not being direct, so it's not a bad question, right? So she wouldn't know whether we were trying to game her or we were just vetting her or trying to see like what type of girl she was, right? Which I'm big on because if you think about it, man, most girls need time to marinate or cook. So if you're meeting a chick and you're just like, oh, assuming I'm her type, you should get with me. That's smart if you're going direct. But in terms of like indirect and letting her like kind of like gain more, get on more on your nuts, you kind of want to like play a little bit more nonchalant than that, laid back. And you might ask her like, yo, what kind of guys you typically go for? And she's like, I go for older guys, da da da. So now here's the tease. Here comes the tease, fellas. Oh, older guys. So you're like what? Like, cause look, older guys. I'm 29. So look, I'm gonna hit her with this. Look. What, like 60, 70 type shit? That's the tease right there. Cause remember, beautiful thing about teasing is it's kind of like a fucking lightning bolt or thunder. Yeah, lightning bolt. It's like how many people per year die from lightning bolts? It's like that shit is so rare. Like you want to be when you're teasing a girl, you want it to kind of come suddenly. Like, you feel me? If a timeline is, if you look at it as a timeline with a female, you want the shit to come maybe at the beginning, keep it going, let it stop and have real talk with it, then hit her with another tease. But you want teasing to come kind of like a strike. You want it to be like an airstrike. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want that shit to just kind of like, you kind of almost damn near want to lead with the shit. Like, you kind of want that shit to always be. You want to. And I even thought about this lately. Like, I'm about to start incorporating humor in my shit a lot more. Like, a lot more. Like, I haven't even been doing that. So I know kind of my own weaknesses. I know, like, yeah, you're good at the basics of game, but you don't got like the real riz, the shit that y'all see and y'all be like, oh my god, this guy really got that shit. It really be, he's enjoying it. He's really being an asshole. He's really having fun. And so yeah, you gotta kind of like sit back and brainstorm, like, yo, like, how can I make some shit funnier? Like, okay, yeah, I could tell her she got cute eyes, but how can I say it and, make it funny? Or, how can I say some funny shit, bro, and keep that shit not without being, you know a best friend, or making this shit super super all that, but just like, how can I become more sophisticatedly funny? Like, how can I always have some witty shit to say, some shit that is make her be like, damn, he's hot, like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? You're like, what, you like 70, 60, 80, like, what you like? So like, I'm teasing her, right? And what I'm doing is, this playfully teasing method is called exaggeration. So I told you about this in the past. Like, so if she's like telling you she like candy, and you're like, you could tease her about that, or, you know, you can really tease about any, you can exaggerate anything. Like, what? You mean to tell me, like, you're like, you love money that much? Like, you're like, what? You're like a grown woman, and you probably like wait for the tooth fairy at night or some shit? Like, you still wait for the tooth fairy, or like, or is that like, it's just like teasing the shit out of her, and it's on the borderline of like, damn, he's a dickhead, but like, and then again, you want her to feel like she got to protect herself, as far as like, you want her to question, like, is he offending me or nah? Because that's that dark trait that you got to have. Like, that's that dark trait, right? You want her to like, because that's natural. Like, even when two people, you see them having fun, and somebody says something like, yo, um, something that is supposed to be meant for like banter, the natural thing that comes up inside of somebody is like, should I keep laughing along with this person, or are they going to think I'm weak as fuck? Uh, so like, a woman definitely going to think like, oh, like, because people going to get flashbacks from when they was younger, getting bullied and teased and shit. But what you want to do is, you want to like, that's why I say you want your shit to be so funny, or you want to practice this skill, so that when you get in front of somebody, you don't just be some like asshole. But even that could be taken as a neg, so it's like, you're still not really necessarily gonna fall off just because you're doing that. So I want y'all to play with that a little bit more, a little bit of dark humor, so to speak, or just humor in general. Um, it goes probably the longest way. No Diddy. It probably goes the longest way, because I was gonna say it go a long way, but it probably is the only really thing that you really have. Because what you're saying is, I don't need your validation. I'm the shit. And that's what it is in the story. And so when you really look at what guys with game, even Biggie Smalls, you be like, how the fuck did he get Faith Evans? It's like, he was confident, man. These guys, man, it's like, they think that they're the shit. And the best way that I've seen guys have these traits, right? They have: one, passing the shit test; two, humor and teasing the fuck out of a female; and three, protecting their frame. You know what I'm saying? If that girl starts teasing him or saying some shit to him, he's very, very good at being non-reactive but still responding. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, those three things I feel like are dark traits that men carry every day, and never let them drop off their tool belt. Never. So if you do that, she's definitely going to want to sleep with you. And So you're telling her like, oh, what, you like 60 and 70-year old? Like, what the fuck? You want me to call my grandfather right now or some shit? Hey, you should have just told me. I would have put you on a date with my grandfather. Like, you feel me? That's that the me. That's Riz. You feel me? That's Riz. That's game, because she's gonna literally slap your arm or get physical or be like, no, I didn't say all that. Da 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 da. And um, like I said, what you really want to do, just don't hang on that same thread of teasing that same exact joke. Don't hang on that for longer than when you notice that it hit her and it punched her. Like I said, like when you notice like she got struck by the lightning, you kind of want to like change the topic or get off of that topic and change it and talk about like some other shit. And then you want to like in like 5 more minutes or like 2 3 minutes or maybe even did 3 minutes, you kind of want to just like let another airstrike come in and just say some shit about some new shit she said. You know what I'm saying? Say some shit about some new shit she said, and keep that shit like that, cause that banter, I feel like is like an ingredient that has to be in the cup in order for the beverage to taste good. You know what I'm saying? It's like sugar or some shit. It has to be in there. Banter makes the tea sweet. Otherwise, it tastes like water, right? It's boring. It doesn't taste good. You want your tea to taste like good. So you want it to be like, you want to actually be it's kind of like bullying, but it's not bullying, bro. And I want y'all to get that out of y'all mind, because it's just letting her know, like, hey, before I try to, you know, do anything sexual with you, I want you to like get this message. Like, I'm a total asshole. You feel me? And that's kind of like not a total asshole, but like I could walk on this thin line and be good type shit. You know? It's just, to me, it's verbal judo. I'm good. I get it. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Where other guys can't. They can't put their arms back and display cool body language while telling you, why are you so shy? Da 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 da. And then, talk a little bit about it. Because again, you also could build rapport by saying, hey, it's okay. You could relate to it. Hey, it's cool. I hide under rock sometimes too. Da da da. Da. But you also can play with those polarities. Play with those polarities, and it's kind of like it's not like a blatant push pull. But it's like a rocking of the waves. A rocking of the waves, slowly oscillating back and forth. Agree with her on some things, disagree with her on other things, but never let her lead the shit. You know what I mean? Keep that in mind. Never let her lead, because that's not her job. So I think I did. I said everything I need to say in this video. Like I said, I'm gonna do a lot more banter, teasing stuff, exaggerating and things like that, because in reality, it's like, and it's kind of like breaking rapport, but it's not breaking rapport, man. And again, what it is like, it's a lot of reasons why guys don't get hit. Like a lot of reasons why guys don't get the phone call or the text back or hit back up after they leave an interaction with a female. It could be like you talking to her for too long without just leaving, just ending things like, okay, here's my number, hit me up, I'm out, and then dip. If you stay over long stay, then it's kind of like, damn, she feel like you're a nice guy. Like that's like I told you, leaving is a part of breaking rapport. But staying is a part of like, I like you, 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 I like you. Like, it's kind of comes across in their mind. It comes off like that. I need you, I need you. I want you to like me back, like me back. I got to do more, do more, do more. But it's the short interactions that 2 minutes. Talk with her for 2 minutes. Get up out of there. And don't always take the bait she give you. Like, just be fucking smart. Like, I can't explain it. It comes with experience. I just seen an infield of a girl tell a guy like, "Here, do you want my Instagram?" And he was like, I don't know, I gotta see if I like you first. Or he said some shit like that. So like where she tried to like give him her Instagram, most guys 90% would took the Instagram, but his game plan was a little different, you know what I'm saying? And she kind of like walked away and he just walked next to her. So that's my last piece of advice. If you're talking to a female, unless she say, okay, I don't want to talk to you no more, if she walk away from you and she choose to just walk walk away, walk next to her. It's a fucking public sidewalk. Walk next to her because she's not rejecting you. You know what I'm saying? And I know I tell you how to read body language, but that's why I'm saying it's experience. It's experience because, and that's a case and scenario where her body language is a lie. She's lying to you because she didn't reject you. She just walking away. That's she got the right to walk, and you got the right to walk next to her and keep talking. And in the video, the girl kept responding like she was attracted. Like, I mean, this world is weird, man. I remember certain situations where that I literally did stuff like that. But I'm about to get out of here, man. But just don't let take subscribe to my channel, but take the advice I'm giving you and understand that how can I implement this in my dating life? You know what I'm saying? Because everything you see is not what it is, and everything that what it is not what you see. So you gotta kind of like just have a synopsis, which is what the game is. It's like having a synopsis of what might happen. It's like gambling. You know what I'm saying? You'll never 100% know, but if you got some basic rules down, you know what I'm saying, and how you play the game, then it's kind of like you can measure certain outcomes, and that's kind of what it is. Like if a chick walk away from you, like someone who never played the game wouldn't know. Like they'd be like, "Oh, that's a rejection," but that's what everybody who don't play the game thinks. But I just seen a guy succeed by telling her no when she wanted to give him her Instagram, and she tried to walk away, and he walked next to her, kept talking. But the game is experiential, so I'm out, man. See you on the next video.